Morning, guys. So I'm coming to you today from Matt's Garden of Eden. Did you see the video where I gave you the tour of Matt's new place? And it's morning here, and he's cooking up some plantains, and I've got some tea going. And as you can see, the dogs are playing. Luna. Bella is having a great time. And I thought today I would read you some of my book. I know some of you have already picked up my book, Leaving America with Erica, on Amazon. Some of you haven't yet, and that's totally okay. One of the most common questions I get is, when is it coming out on paperback? It comes out on paperback in August. So until then, I am collecting people's feedback on how they think I could improve it, and then I'm going to be incorporating those edits into the next version that comes out in August. So without further ado, I'd like to read you Chapter 2, which is all about the adventure path that I've been following to live this life that I live here in Hummingbird Valley. And it's also a guide for others who want to learn how to hear the call of their heart and find their own adventure and treasure, which you never know where it's going to lead you. You know, when I started this path about, I would say, 8 years ago, when I first quit my job, I was very scared, and I had no idea how I was going to survive. And then now here I am 8 years later, living a pretty amazing life. So, without further ado, Leaving America with Erica, Chapter 2. The Adventure Path. To achieve a certain result, one must follow certain steps, like baking a cake. After years of traveling and going on adventures, I believe that I have identified the steps that have worked for me. I share these with you in the hopes that someone out there will take this map that I'm offering and run with it. Run into the bright and scary horizon of your dreams where personal legends are written. Some will see this map I'm offering and they'll turn it down, believing for whatever perfectly valid reasons that it's not for them. And that's okay. This path, it is not for everyone. You must have a strong desire, courage, and a willingness to proceed forward in spite of the discomfort, like anyone who has ever set off towards the horizon of their dreams. Fast forward to the present day. I'm standing on a dock at beautiful Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. Before me is a majestic range of massive volcanoes hovering above the pristine water, sparkling in the sunshine. There's about a 10-foot drop from the dock to the water, and I've decided I'm not just going to jump. I'm going to run, jump, and dive in head first. My heart, it's racing. The very idea of running and pointing my head down towards the water feels terrifying inside my body. But what about this is so terrifying, exactly? I ask myself. Is it the uncertainty of the free fall of my body from such a distance? Is the fear about losing touch with the safety of the dock? Is it the risk that I might somehow get hurt during the fall? Is it perhaps a more unconscious fear of what's waiting for me below the water where I can't see? What am I so afraid of? I have to ask myself. In this moment, I am so deeply uncomfortable, and yet I'm standing here looking at the water with such a longing in my heart. I must know what it feels like to immerse my body in this alluring water. I take a breath, I run, and jump. Which is like a metaphor for the whole thing. Okay, where the path starts. Gosh, my hair. I literally just got out of bed a few minutes ago. Sitting here in my pink velvet pants, which I pretty much don't want to take off anymore since I got them at that cacao ceremony the other day. It's like my new favorite pants. All right, let's keep going. We got a ways. So where the path starts. The process that I follow starts with an idea, a hunch, a desire, a curiosity, an invitation, a calling. The first time I went to India for 6 months, it was because there was an undeniable urge deep inside of me. It was an inner knowing that I must go. However, my understanding and acceptance of this inner calling didn't happen all at once, like Harry Potter receiving his letter from Hogwarts. No, for me, there was a series of fractures in my life that led to the breaking open of this truth. The biggest split in the mountain came when my sister told me she was pregnant. This was a big shock to me because it reminded me that my life was passing. It made me face my belief that once I became a mother, I would no longer have the freedom to travel. To put it plainly, shit got real. Sometimes shit has to get real for us to wake up and realize what we must do. For me, I could not ignore this call to go to India if I wanted to be truly and deeply happy. In Chapter 3, the next chapter, I will share more of my story of hearing the call and teach you about listening and hearing the gentle whispers of your own heart. Next, letting your heart lead you. So first we hear the call, and then we make the choice. Okay, here we go. After hearing the stirrings of discontent, the next step is to make the choice from your heart. Not, if I have the money, I'll go. No, it's more like what I said to myself. Come hell or high water, I must go. I must figure out a way by the blood in my veins and the breath in my lungs. I must. If you're waiting for life to hand your heart's desire to you, it's probably not going to happen. You need to choose from the deepest depths of your soul that this is what you want, and you're going to achieve it, despite all of the reasons in your mind why it feels impossible. You must set the machine of unlimited possibilities into motion by throwing the switch in your heart. Without a decision firmly planted in your heart, you might as well just stay on the couch and turn on Netflix. Chapter 4 discusses what it takes to decide with your heart. Next chapter, aligning your energy. The next step is you must learn to direct your energy towards the manifestation of your heart's desire. You must completely accept the notion that your thoughts, words, and actions have power. As you begin to bring these aspects of your being into alignment towards manifesting your desired outcome, you will witness miracles unfold. In Chapter 5, we will learn about energy and how to consciously direct it towards the manifestation of your heart's desire. I am of the belief that our heart's desire is linked to our ultimate destiny, our Dharma path, our highest potential to love, awaken, and serve. So this chapter is important because learning to align and master your energy is an important part of realizing your spiritual destiny and purpose in life. So don't miss Chapter 5. I love that chapter. In fact, my teacher in India knew years ago that, and his grandfather, they sort of foretold that I was going to write an important book that teaches people about their energy. Let's continue. Next step, Chapter 6, is all about creating a plan. The next step is to start feeding ourselves new information and come up with a basic plan. In Chapter 6, we will cover the what you need to know. He's really cute. We will cover the what you need to know about traveling today, like how to find places to stay, how to get around, what to eat, etc. We'll cover topics on safety, what to do once you get there, and so much more. That is so cute. Look at this. They're waiting for treats. And that's Lacey. Lacey and Bella are just like best friends. All right, let's continue. Next, Chapter 7. So as you see, I'm leading you through a step-by-step plan of how to connect with your heart and follow it. Letting go of control. Oy, this is a tough one. In order to achieve your dream, you must be willing to change and grow as a person and receive the way. Just know that it most likely will not go the way that you expect, and that's okay. You must be willing to be open to the possibilities that the universe will present to you or will send your way, and let go of your ideas of how it will happen. It's a kind of paradox between making it happen and letting it happen. You set your mind on what you want, but then you have to let go of it and trust what comes. You will learn how to tap into the real magic of life when you surrender to the divine machinery of the universe that knows better than you. You must learn to dance with this force and take action when the coincidences and opportunities present themselves. Granted, it's important to come up with a general plan, as we will do in Chapter 6, have an idea of where you want to go, how you'll get there, and what you'll do once you're there, but then you must be willing to throw it away and go with the flow of what's happening in the moment. In Chapter 7, you will learn to let go and embrace the steps as they are revealed to you. Chapter 8. Oh, the whole book. This book was pretty much written just to write about Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is getting out of your own way. Oy. Chapter 8 is about self-sabotage and the forces that try to hold us back. When this resistance arises, and trust me, it will, you must keep moving forward and not give up on your dream. Your mind is going to try to sabotage you. You must recognize its mischief and put a stop to that shit before the seeds of doubt and fear take root. Weed the garden of your mind daily. You're planting the seeds of your dream, and like a farmer, you must toil in the fields even when you don't see any results piercing through the surface of your reality. You must keep believing in yourself and your dream, even when people tell you that you're crazy. You must keep showing up for your dream, even when they laugh at you for going out every day to water the barren soil where nothing seems to grow. When the hard winds blow inside the confines of your mind and everything inside you screams at you to throw in the towel, do not give up. Do not give up. We'll shed some light into that familiar darkness in Chapter 8. In my opinion, this is the most important chapter. Next, just a few more. Just 2 more pages. Trusting the process. You must decide to keep your mind and heart open in order to receive the way. You must recognize the mysterious coincidences and take action as the path presents itself. You will never be able to see the whole staircase, but you will be able to see the next step and the next. You will not be able to know how it will work out in advance. In fact, you will have to be willing to let go of the need to know the hows of it all and switch out that ill-fitting garment for a coat made of belief and trust to combat the chilly winds of uncertainty and doubt that will come for you. You will have to let go of your old life and be willing to die to who you were before in order to rise as the phoenix of who you will become. That's like where I'm at now. Phoenix. You will need to connect with yourself deeper than ever before. You will have to make other people unhappy with your truth. You may have to lose some people or things. You will have to be uncomfortable, like pregnant women who get uncomfortable because they're creating new life. You will have to hold your vision, surrender to the process, and trust that you can do this. And let me tell you right now, so there are no illusions, this may be the hardest thing you've ever done. But oh, is it worth it? Because maybe one day you'll get a Bella. Join me in Chapter 9, where we talk about trust. And then there's a little more, but this video is getting a little long. So stepping into the great and scary unknown, you'll have to leave behind everything that feels comfortable and familiar and step into the unknown. And then we go on to talk about finding your bliss. Once you're out there, you will need to slow down and start to really listen to yourself. This is a process of learning your truth. This is the journey you'll go on to discover what's really important to you and what you really want out of life. Like, I'm living a life now where I have what I want, but it wasn't always that way. I had to go on this journey to get to this place with Bella playing in the background. And then, what holds most people back? In Chapter 11, we will cover some of the most common reasons that most people will never leave home. Here I'll share the observations I've made about how and why we stay stuck in those patterns that keep us playing small in life. If you want to break free, don't miss Chapter 11. So discovering your treasure, that's the last one. If you feel called to this path, this adventure path, just know that this feeling is often intricately connected to intense feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and confusion. But those feelings are important because they're trying to lead you somewhere. If you feel called, it means you're being led into something you can't yet see or understand. The sooner you surrender to whatever this is for you, the better. It may very well be the hardest thing you've ever done, but I'm excited for you to walk this path so you can discover what's waiting for you on the other side. It won't always be a walk in the park, but if you stay on the path, you will be rewarded with your own personal treasure. You will have to believe in yourself. I believe in you. You can do this. Now, let's go deeper into each step. So, as you can see, this is a path that I'm laying out that I've been following. How to face my fears, how to believe, how to connect with my heart's truth in order to one day arrive at this beautiful Garden of Eden with these playful, funny dogs and a handsome man who's bebopping to his music. And oh, look, he's making plantain. Yummy, 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 yummy. So yeah, this is my treasure, and I told a story about how I got to my treasure, and you can read my book. It's called Leaving America with Erica. It's called Leaving America with Erica. It's currently available on Amazon. You can read the story of how I ended up here in Hummingbird Valley, and the book is currently $3.33. It may not always be that price. I'll probably raise it at some point. So if you want that price, go to Amazon. You can pick it up. So it's an ebook right now. The paperback comes out in August. And for the ebook, you don't need a Kindle to read it. You can read it from your phone. However, you may need to download the Amazon Kindle app onto your phone. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I love you very much. Thank you for being with me. And good luck on your adventure to find the treasure of your heart. Bye.